Good morning, sweet world, and welcome to the No Dunks podcast presented by Fanduel. It's Monday, February 23rd, 2026. I'm J.E. Skeets here in the Classic Factory, and alongside me, as always, Tass Mellis.
It's sweater weather, everybody.
Oh yeah, it's cold in Atlanta today. Next to him, it's my top shot hot boy, Trey Kirby.
Ayo.
Ayo. And over yonder, making the magic happen, super producer, JD.
Hello.
There he is. Here we are. Hello to everybody joining us live on YouTube. Hit the like button, subscribe, podcast listeners, 5-star ratings and reviews. Little housekeeping before we get into NBA weekend winners and losers. This trio right here is back on the call for tomorrow night's Raptors 9:05 College Park Skyhawks game. If you're in the Atlanta area, come on down to the Gateway Center. Game is at 7 p.m. Eastern. We're back calling this one. If you don't live here, you can catch it on NBAG.com or Peachtree Sports Network. If you're a little closer to home
one.
here. Yeah. They
Nice
air every
Peachtree
game over there
Sports
now.
Network plug.
Yeah. So we've done this a couple years running now, and we're going to be back.
I've been on Peachtree Sports Network before. You know, sometimes you just got to use your third-party VPN and jump on in there. I've been there.
I want to know if you're going to be able to remain unbiased on the call tomorrow night.
905ers?
That's right.
Wow, big game. Big rivalry.
Raptors are having a better year than the Skyhawks, unfortunately. Rough year for Skyhawks.
Yeah.
We'll bring some energy to the
A lot
call.
of new guys compared to last year when we did. I'm excited to see Ray J. Dennis in person.
Yeah,
Ray
he's
J.
on fire.
Yeah, he grew up like 20 minutes from where I grew up. So
that's
I'm going
cool.
to be pulling for him pretty hard.
Okay.
A lot of people are saying he's the new Daquan Plowden. No one's saying that, but he's saying it tomorrow on the broadcast.
We have been saying Ray J's name.
Yes, we have.
Not because of Ray J. Dennis, really, because we're talking about Brandy. Anyway, I think we should create some sort of rivalry, Skeets. I don't know who you want to cheer for if you're a 905er.
I'm an unbiased, commentator.
That's no fun.
No, I'm just cheering for a great game. I'm like Jacob Toby, man. I just want a great game.
That's exactly right.
We'll
Are you going to be Sean Elliott? You're pulling for a blowout?
Yeah.
Blowouts, please.
Okay, so that's the first piece of news. Second piece of news, we had two more wedgies over the weekend. Both happened Friday night, and that got us to the magical number of 50 wedgies on the season. We start here with PJ Hall blocking / fouling Dennis Schroeder's layup attempt there. So that's number 49. And then number 50 was a little later in the night, and it was three-time MVP Nikola Jokic on the putback attempt there. He jammed it in there with Time Lord also battling for the board. So that's number 50. That's an important number when it comes to wedgies. That's sort of the goal we're at least always looking for, the minimum wedgie goal. This is our 12th season of attempting to track every wedgie. Marks the 5th time we've hit at least 50 wedgies. So the all-time record is 63 wedgies. That happened a couple years ago. So we still need 14 more to set the all-time record, but nice to see us get to 50 already. Not even March.
Now, wedgies are on the uptick.
Yeah.
Because we have been tracking it for 12 years. We haven't been attempting, Skeets. We're tracking them. Come on, man. That's literally all we do.
It's
all we do.
We've missed wedgies. That's why I say attempt.
Gosh.
Guaranteed.
I highly doubt it.
I guarantee.
Over 12 seasons, how many wedges do you think?
We've had times where we've come in and like 2 days later, someone's like, "You've missed a wedgie." We're like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, that Dennis Schroeder one the other day, that block by PJ Hall, nobody saw that thing coming. I mean, that was a quick one. Anyways, it's been on the increase either way. 12 years.
It's inflation.
50 times. We've hit 50 now 5 times over the 12 years. Over the first 6 years, it was just 1. Over the last 6 years, 4 times. So it's on the increase. Yeah.
It's great.
Summer project, watch every minute of every game.
It's the only way to figure it out.
Just to see, did we miss any? Comb through it. Cross-reference.
Look, I really wish the play-by-play, we are in the play-by-play era,
Yes.
I wish they noted or did a better job of noting said wedgies. Because the old hack used to be just like, go look for jump ball situations, right? And that'll get you a lot of them, but not like that Dennis Schroeder one. It's a foul.
It wasn't really a wedgie.
Well, it is a wedgie. According to us, it is.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
Come on, man.
I hear what you're saying.
You got to watch it. That's the thing. You got to have people watching. Otherwise, there's no way you can find that out.
Yeah, luckily, everybody's got a voice on social media, so that has helped us. That has helped.
Hey, see a wedgie, say wedgie is what we
See wedgie,
the
say
mantra
wedgie.
we live
I
by.
love that.
Okay.
So let us know if you see one. Don't assume somebody else's. I don't like when people do that.
Don't be shy.
Don't be shy. Just say, hey, wedgie around this time. You don't even got to be exact with the time. Just say like, this quarter or near the start, near the end, whatever. We can't watch every game, but we try. Let's get into NBA weekend winners. We'll do a couple rounds of winners, eventually losers. TK, get us started. Where do you want to go?
I got the New York Knickerbockers a.k.a. the New York Knicks, a.k.a. the New York Dicks, as Charles Barkley called them. Whoops! They handled the Bulls on Sunday. Big deal. Everybody beats the Bulls. 9 straight losses for Chicago, but I'm giving the Knicks a winner for Saturday night. Their comeback against the Rockets were down by 18 right at the start of the fourth quarter. Then New York completely flipped the script by doing 3 things. Number 1, knocking down threes. As soon as they went down by 18, Landry Shamet hit one from the quarter. It was one of 4 threes in 3 minutes as soon as the Rockets took their biggest lead of the game. Shamet hit a couple. Towns hit one. Alvarado hit one from the corner as well. After 11 turnovers through the third quarter, the Knicks just started getting a ton of quality shots. It looked like a completely different offense. A lot of that I thought was Jose Alvarado getting in the lane and finding kickouts. The ball would swing around, and they got a lot of really good looks. So that changed up. I thought that was nice for New York. Also, top-notch defense all around, I thought, from New York during the comeback. Karl Anthony Towns made things really tough on Alper and Şengün, bumping, slapping, just knocking the ball out of his hands. Tough shots all around for Şengün. Jose Alvarado got 2 steals, both of which turned into pretty tough layups on the other end. Yep. Jalen Brunson did his part, drawing charges. I don't know if either of them were a charge, but he got the whistle because the atmosphere was raucous. And then OG Anunoby kind of put the clamps on Kevin Durant, I thought. Rockets offense, a little clunky, a little your turn, my turn, and also they just had some shots go in and out after shooting pretty well through 3 quarters. Most importantly, the Knicks stars came through in the fourth quarter. Towns went for 7 points in the fourth. A lot of tough takes from him. He had a big-time dunk on Jabari Smith, and then Jalen Brunson was his usual midi master. 8 points in the quarter, had that layup, but the other 6 points were on mid-range jumpers. This was like the idealized version of the Knicks in the fourth quarter. Everybody playing their part, the stars being stars, and a good enough defense that they made things tough on the Rockets, and the offense just looked great, I thought, in that fourth quarter. Super loud, and then the Knicks were very wise, Knicks fans. OG goes to the line with like 5 seconds left, huge shots. Quiet. After some crazy let's go Knicks chants as they were rallying there. So big time comeback win for New York. Then, like I said, they took care of the Bulls yesterday pretty easily. Held them to 99 points. Nobody on that team can score. Nonetheless, great win for the Knicks on Saturday and did their business on Sunday.
Yeah, they did their business in the fourth quarter against those Rockets. Watching the first 3 quarters after their bad loss to the Pistons on Thursday, start to think, oh gosh, this is scary times. And then they turned it up. You know, there's the ESPN report that Karl Anthony Towns got into his teammates' faces to get them going in the fourth quarter. And Durant was sitting on the bench for those first 5 minutes, and Şengün was clanking. I mean, those are, I think, literally a couple air balls, and he complained for a foul on that one. And then as soon as Durant got back on the floor for the last 7 minutes, he just couldn't hit. It was miss, then to make, and then the turnover, including the charges that you're saying there, Trey. 4 turnovers in the quarter for Durant in just 7 minutes for him. So, the worrisome about the clunky offense, as you said, about the Rockets is, when is it point guard time for this team? When is Fred VanVleet coming back? I think that's a worry for this team going forward. Although, one of the things that Kevin Durant said in his Twitter burner was, I can't trust Jabari Smith. Hey, man, that guy was splashing in this game. 21, 4 threes. So maybe that's a positive. I'm looking for all the positives for this Rockets team because they got there. They're up 18 on the road against a squad that needed a win after losing to the Pistons on Thursday.
Brunson knew that they needed a win or should get this win when they came back. The defense obviously got them back into the game, but man, that guy was hitting every big shot down the stretch, like Captain Clutch for a reason. Just awesome to see. Smallest guy out there. Well, not really now with Alvarado in the mix, but you know what I mean. When it comes to superstars, the smallest guy.
But they did play 3 guards. Like that was pretty interesting. Yeah. Like it was Alvarado and Brunson, and then Shamet is basically a guard. He's taller, but he's a skinny guy. Yeah. He's been really important for the Knicks. When he plays well, it feels like it gives him a little bit of extra juice shooting out there. But to be able to get away playing those 3 guards against the Rockets team that's gigantic, that doesn't make any sense to me. Right. Ime Udoka afterwards was like, it's been the same thing the entire time I've been here. We just dribble out, dribble, and the offense slows down. You're the coach, man. Call a play. Yeah. But that's Ime Udoka offense. Like, that's what it was when he was with the Celtics as well. And it was the same complaint. Oh, we just dribble it out. Literally do something then. All he does is call defense.
Yeah, and then call out his teammates, or his players, I should say. Yeah, and that's maybe why it works for like a short window, a guy like that to come in and sort of whip everybody into shape here and like play a little harder and play with a little more aggressiveness. And then maybe that tires on teams. And maybe
Floor
it was a
raiser.
blessing in
Yeah.
disguise that he had to leave the Celtics because of weird situations, as a lot of people have pointed out.
Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe.
But with regards to the Rockets, like they were getting their best shots in the fourth quarter when Reed Shepherd was finding guys with like diagonal passes to the corner, was getting some wide open looks. He's a natural ball mover, and he's the only guy who's a real natural ball mover on that team, because like Amen Thompson, he's a decent enough playmaker, but he's not really a point guard, even though they've tried to fake it. They do it with Şengün as well, but he just dribbles 20 times and then settles for a shot. And Durant, it's been the same clutch thing with Kevin Durant for the entirety of his career. He makes really tough shots. He also misses shots. And if he's not involved in the offense, he just stands there. Remember when we used to complain about Westbrook taking too many shots for the Thunder? That was 15 years ago.
Yep.
And nothing has changed. So, I don't know. I don't think the Rockets are going to do it this year. They obviously don't think so either, because they didn't make any moves at the deadline when they obviously could have. So just a weird second half of the season, I think, for this team.
I would assume Fred is their move. Fred VanVleet has to come back, but it has to be soon. But I don't
He got
know.
hurt in preseason. I don't think he's going to play this year. And he's not going to be VanVleet this year if he does. And even last year when he was like one of their main clutch guys, it was, can you bail us out with a deep three? And it's not like he was getting into the lane and creating for others. It was the same old Udoka-style offense. Dribble it out and hit a miracle shot if you can.
Yeah, we will see if he comes back. I would have to expect that they have an expectation, but it is worrisome. There's no doubt. He started the podcast, but it's some inside information here that he wasn't going to go and continue the podcast if he came back. That's not guaranteed. So either is him coming back, but it felt like he thought about, okay, the day that I come back, I may not be podcasting. So maybe he's coming back. Who knows? But that is the guy. That is definitely the guy for me, because it ain't the guys you mentioned. Aaron Holiday is not solving anything. He's too teeny tiny. He's on that roster, but he's way too small. So it's Fred.
How many ad sales has that podcast committed to already? What's the inventory they need to hit? Well, these are the things we should be digging into. That will tell us everything.
I think it's great with player podcasts because it's a real DJ AF. Like, they don't care.
No. I didn't even know he was still doing the podcast.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, good.
What was it? Point Got? No, what was it called? I forget. Anyway, this one.
Fred said.
Just Fred said?
No.
It should be. Right said Fred.
Is it something bet on yourself related or no? I
maybe.
legit don't remember.
Yeah,
even though I
maybe.
have seen clips.
Sounds familiar.
All right, Knicks, big winner of the weekend. Where are you going?
I'm going with the Boston Celtics because they are cooking at the right time, and their head coach, Joe Mazzulla, is contemplating, is evaluating, is saying, how do we make this a championship caliber team while on-ramping Jason Tatum when he comes back? Here's the solution. Payton Pritchard, you go back to the bench. He started this entire season, essentially, 48 games. Last 7, he's been on the bench, and he peaked against the Los Angeles Lakers this weekend. Oh, gosh. It was spectacular stuff. I know people are looking at him putting Jared Vanderbilt on skates. Great play. But what was more impressive to me was the step backs, the end of shot clock or end of game clock that Payton Pritchard is so known for, hitting bombs of threes to get this thing going. Obviously, he is so good right now at getting into guys' bodies and creating enough space for himself to hit shots. He dropped 30 in this one. But overall, those first 48 games, he wasn't as efficient as last year when he was Sixth Man of the Year because there was just more on his shoulders. And now you have to assume that Jason Tatum is coming back with Payton Pritchard going to the bench.
This guy's got everybody coming back.
Well, Jason Tatum's a lock. Joe Mazzulla was asked. Joe Mazzulla was asked this weekend. It was so great. Yeah. Hey, was he at practice? Yeah, he was at practice. Did he get involved in anything? And then the Joe Mazzulla stare. No words, just the Gen Z stare. Yeah, he's coming back, man. It sure feels that way if this guy is just implementing exactly what Payton Pritchard should be coming off the bench. Because again, the first 48 games, he was very good in the starting role, but he dropped 2s efficiency, 3s efficiency. So he just wasn't himself. And then with Jaylen Brown starting, they can balance a little bit. He had a great game against the Lakers, 32, 8, and 7. But Pritchard is just peaking. He had 26 the game before off the bench against Golden State. In these 7 games since going to the bench, he's hit 20 or more in 6 of those 7 games. It feels like Mazzulla is peaking with this team. even Baylor Shireman did a good job against Luka Doncic, just slowing him down a little bit. Just the body that's not super athletic, super jumpy type of guy. Just stay with Luka, and he threw him off a little bit. So that was a great win for them. It's happening, man. Tatum's coming back, and this team is
Even though
scary.
there were several reports, like over the past week, about the uncertainty about Tatum's return. It seems to have been like slow played a little bit here. From some notable reporters about, is he coming back or is he not coming back? You're 100%.
I mean, he's in practice. He was participating. No matter what Joe Mazzulla's eyes said, he was participating in somewhat. So I am not Brian Suter. I'm not a doc, but it sure feels like the guy's on the floor right here, right now. So they're going to try him out. He's going to be in that starting role playing beside Jaylen Brown. And Payton Pritchard will be off the bench, making Vooch look good, making Keita look good when they go to Pritch, Keita. Even though his assist numbers those are inflated. You want to talk inflation? Assists they're out of control. The guy was passing it to Derek White at mid-court. Derek White goes and gets into his own movement and makes his own shot. That ain't an assist. They're literally giving assists for anything. It's almost anything.
Right.
Anyway, he looks good off the bench, though. He looks great.
Wedgie and assist inflation is what's happening here.
That's true.
Your thoughts on the Celtics or Pritchard or Tatum's potential return?
All right, Tatum, I think, is going to come back. Okay. He's basically healthy enough if he's playing 5-on-5. It's just the mental hurdle of, can I do this in real NBA games? Going into the playoffs, especially. So right. I think he will eventually come back. And if you listen to Bill Simmons enough, you know that guy is tapped in. And he's telling you basically the rotations that they're going to do. So that guy, I do believe, will be back. And that's good for the Celtics because Pritchard is a natural sixth man. He's made to be a sixth man. That's why he won sixth man of the year. His usage shot way up now that he's coming off the bench because he's the number one playmaker out there. He's such an awesome one-on-one player. Just ask Jake LaRavia. Punched him in the stomach, then hit a fadeaway. That was an awesome shot, but he can get to basically any shot he wants to. Pritchard can. And then even if the assist numbers are a little inflated, still 8 means you're moving the ball. And that's necessary. And they've got Vooch doing enough out there. He didn't have the greatest run, I didn't think, in this game, but he's just an option for him now. He doesn't have to be their number one center, and he's not their number one center. So I think it's nice for the Celtics that Pritchard can carry the offense during the moments when Jaylen Brown is sitting. Jaylen Brown comes back in, slams the door. Also, I think the Lakers were just pretty bad yesterday.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to them.
It was Pat Riley statue day, and they got blown out by the Celtics after he was trash talking the Celtics. So I think a huge win for Boston. They really cared on that game, and they're like, hey, Marcus Smart, we've played against you so many times. We've had you forever. We're going to leave you open. And he just bricked away all night. Yeah. Lakers couldn't make a shot. So smart stuff by the Celtics. I think they're a good team, and I think they have a realistic shot of a finals appearance this year.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hoops Substack called Pritchard one of the patron saints of the cold ass white boys, and how he had himself a game yesterday against two of the other ones, I guess, in Luka and Reeves. But yeah, he tore them to shreds. I'm glad you were showing love to him. He had more points off the bench than the entire Lakers second unit. Pritchard by himself there, pretty incredible. So they get the win, and we'll get into the Lakers and how they cannot beat good teams. They are fraudulent.
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder with the Celtics, if you need a shot at the end of a clock, end of the game clock or shot clock, and it's just a pure ass shot. You know, it's not like creating your own thing, but you just need somebody to do it. I wonder if it's somebody other than Pritchard that you'd pick to make that shot. That's how he got hot in this game. He clanked his first two shots, but then it was an end of a shot clock bomb that he had to hit.
He's good at them.
And then he is known for end of quarter or end of half or whatever type of shots because he's really good at them. That's how he got things going. And they're bombs. They're literally bombs.
Yeah, he's the best half-court shooter in the league, for sure.
So when they're real desperate, hey, you. But it is just about balancing the rotations, the roster, and it's working perfectly right here, right now.
I'll give the Thunder a winner of the weekend. They won 2 games despite missing several players due to injuries. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, abdominal strain. Jalen Williams, the good one, strained right hamstring. AJ Mitchell is out with an abdominal strain as well. And then Alex Caruso sprained his ankle versus the Nets in the first game of the weekend, didn't play in the second. Good thing for the Thunder, they have like 6 other guards that could maybe start on half the teams in the league. On Friday night, Jared McCain scored a season-high 21 points as they beat the Nets 105-86. This was by far his best game with the Thunder. Best game of the season probably for him. He shot 7 of 12 in a reserve role, hit a bunch of threes. Just helping sort of carry this team a little bit offensively with SGA especially out of the rotation. He is not SGA by any means, but guy can score and has fit in perfectly with this Thunder team. It feels like he's already been there for a couple of years. Great get. He contributed in that one. And then on Sunday, it was Isaiah Joe hitting a bunch of threes. Cason Wallace, 20 and 10 for him as they beat the Red Hot Cavaliers, 121-113. A bit of a schedule loss for Cleveland. It was one of those crappy third game in 4 nights, and the third game is an afternoon game. That sucks. But they had their guys, and the Thunder didn't. And they still got this win because of these other guys stepping up.
Yeah, 21 threes for Oklahoma City yesterday. And like you're saying, the schedule was against the Cavs, but 21 threes, you're going to win basically every game. If you're
OKC.
And then post-game, everybody was asking the Cavs about the physicality from the Thunder, and all they could say was they foul. They foul the entire time. Everybody knows it. But if you foul the whole time, you get away with it. And guess what? They got away with it.
Yeah, Sam Merrill had a specifically interesting quote about that. They're the most physical team in the league. They put a ton of pressure on the officials, but it's not just that. They do have a high amount of elite on-ball defenders. Mm-hmm. You combine the way they guard with the way they play, it puts a ton of pressure on us and on the officials. Again, that was Sam Merrill, but TK's right. Everybody from the Cavs had something to say about this. Mitchell and Harden and I was going to say Bickerstaff, Kenny Atkinson. But I like that point from Sam. It's the combo of all of that. They're elite defenders. Yeah. They're physical as hell. They put the pressure on the officials. Like, what are we going to do? We can't call everything. And then you combine that with the threes draining. Yeah, you're not beating them. I don't care who's playing.
Still disappointing for the Cavs. They turned it over 10 times in the first quarter. And that was really the game. They got down because they turned it over. Not necessarily because they're being fouled, just because they turned it over.
Got back into the game, though. Took the lead. Yeah,
they did. They fought back. It was a little disappointing at the end. Like, they went to Evan Mobley, who had Isaiah Joe on him in the post with under 3 minutes left to try and actually close that lead to a point where they could win, and he missed. Mobley just not clicking at this point. So there's definitely some worries there. I know the 3 games in 4 days is an excuse, but it's still an excuse. I feel like the Nuggets made that same sort of excuse that they had an early game 2 days after their other game. This is exactly what happened to the Cavs. Yeah, it was an early game, but it was 2 days after. It was a Thursday, Friday back-to-back, and then a Sunday afternoon. I know it's weird, but just don't turn it over 10 times, and that was the huge factor for me, and that's what Kenny Atkinson started his press conference with. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where we lost the game, but then the quotes are definitely coming from the complaining.
Oh, yeah. SGA's injury here, too, has, I think, forced the Thunder to adopt a somewhat new style of play here, right? The ball is just moving way more. You remove SGA, who can always control the rock and obviously get to any spot he wants to. They've just increased their passes per game. It's something a lot. It's quite significant. It's like 260 passes per game up to like 290 plus here since the SGA injury. So the ball is just flying around a lot more. It's playing at a faster pace. And maybe that's played in part to the threes really dropping here with some consistency, just with it sort of zipping around a little bit more. Guys are feeling a little bit better. Obviously, maybe they know they have more opportunity because there's minutes here. They look good. Those were impressive wins. Yeah, the Nets are the Nets, whatever. But that one, despite the Cavs with the 3 and 4, that was a quality win because it was close into the third and fourth quarter. Yeah. One more round of winners.
This might turn into a San Antonio Spurs podcast because they are the hottest team in the league. 8 straight wins now after beating the Kings on Saturday night. It was 11-0 start for San Antonio. Wemby had 3 blocks in the first 90 seconds of this game, and I thought it was over. Mm-hmm. Now, the Kings did keep it competitive for 3 quarters. They took the lead eventually, but the fourth quarter turned into a dunk contest for San Antonio. Wemby threw down that crazy sort of, it was kind of like a circle move. Yeah. He didn't finish it with the reverse.
They're sort of like calling it a windmill, but it's not a reverse either. You're right. It was just weird looking.
Yeah, he had a few dunks. Dylan Harper had a monster one as well. San Antonio became the 3rd team in the league to pass the 40 wins before 20 losses test. We talked about the game we saw on Thursday against the Suns. Wemby dominated against Phoenix and didn't even have that dominant of a game. But against the Kings, it was a dominant game for Wemby. 28 points, 15 rebounds, 6 assists, a steal, and 4 blocks. He completely shredded the zone with his passing. The zone reads were perfect from him. I have not stopped watching the move he put on Maxime Reynaud. I don't even understand exactly what he did. It's like a between the legs Smitty is what he did.
Yes.
It's definitely a carry. But that's
Yeah,
okay. We allow that in today's
Yeah,
NBA, and it looked so pretty. Post game, he said, "I'll be in the dunk contest one day." Do you want to see Wemby in the dunk contest?
Hell yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So now we're good with tall guys in the dunk contest?
Oh, yeah. He's a very
on,
special
man.
one.
Yeah, I think something tells me he'll put on a little bit better show than Jackson Hayes did. Yes, absolutely want to see him just to see how it is. Yeah,
Do you think they would give him the win no matter what?
It would lean heavily towards him. Yes,
It would be Blake Griffin with the Kia
It'd
all
lean
over again.
heavily.
There would be no way he would lose.
be very difficult. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm just saying.
Hey, who cares? It'd be better than what we just saw. Him in it, like this guy's gonna save everything. I can't wait till he fixes tanking. He saved the All-Star game. All right, I guess I'll save the dunk contest. Hold on, he said it. He has to do it. We've had other superstars
That's also
say
true.
they'll do it and not do it, but I believe him. And then I guess fix tanking and everything else.
Yeah,
What else can we fix?
The dunk versus, well, there's plenty of things
Yeah.
to fix. There's the dunk that he had against the Kings. I mean, it looked awesome because
did look cool.
because he's
Nuts.
because of his height. Simple as that. So yeah, he's going to outdo Jackson Hayes, of course. He's going to outdo essentially every big man who's ever been in a dunk contest.
I would love to see
JaVale
him put
McGee was
down a
good.
cool dunk and not fall over though.
guy's
He
on the
always
floor all the time,
stumbling
man.
down.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's just his weird body. And so I don't know. He has to do that. He like collapses on himself as he hits the ground.
Other winners are just the fans that were there in Austin for that second game because we mocked it. We said, oh, gosh, we're going to be there for the first game against the Suns. Way better than playing against the Kings. At least the Kings game was a game. The Suns was a blowout before half. This Kings one went, late third quarter.
Yeah, it was only a blowout in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
it was more fun on both sides.
I heard that Maxime Reynaud can beat Wemby in chess, though.
What?
Like they apparently play chess against each other to
Right.
this day.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean they're both Frenchmen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think they were maybe played like on a youth team
They did.
together.
They did a jersey
they were
swap after
kids.
the game.
Yeah, they played when they were young teenagers. Yeah.
That I mean, if you didn't watch the highlight, just watch the Wemby highlights. That is one of the most ridiculous, like, just single game highlight packages
Yes.
in some time. Because you said it. Not only the dunks, nice passes, some slick passes, the crazy whatever that was, Smitty-like move.
Yeah,
There was like a Smitty-like move mixed with a John Wallace-like move that he did way back in the day. I always thought
you
it's
can-
crazy play.
You can, if you squint, you can say it's a Hakeem, as the broadcaster said, but it's not really
I don't
Hakeem.
ever remember Akeem doing that.
No, but the Hakeem.
It was amazing.
That
And
was a
then the
great
blocks
move.
too. Yeah,
Oh,
geez.
yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, the blocks to
think-
start it all.
Sean Elliott said he had one monster block in the first quarter in those first minute and a half, and he said he took out the driver and smashed that one straight down the fairway because it looked like just a
Yeah.
straight spike. This guy's big. He's really big.
So they got a great game there.
They
in
got a
Austin.
great game,
And we
yeah.
had a fun time in Austin. But
We
they got
did,
the
but
very
that
nice
was it
second
was
game.
loud there.
Yes,
it was
it
loud.
was.
It was fun.
Who do you have for your second winner?
Give me the Miami Heat because they beat the Hawks and the Grizzlies, but more importantly, Tyler Hero came back. He hadn't played in a month. The guy had only played 11 games going into this weekend, and he played twice. And maybe it's because I hadn't seen him in so long, but I was a little biased watching him. I thought, whoa, this guy looks like a whole new player. Because he looked super athletic. He was coming off the bench for this Miami Heat team. Very interesting there. He scored 24 points in just 23 minutes. He was cooking CJ McCollum. So they said, all right, here, take a Dyson Daniels, take a Nikhil Alexander-Walker, and he beat them both. He was just doing so well. He had some flair out there. He had the floaters, had a cut dribble out there. He was just perfect. He had great chemistry off the bench, too, with Jaime Jaquez, a little Khalil Ware. And then Saturday versus Memphis, it's a shorthanded Grizzlies team. Got some performances out of G.G. Jackson, Jalen Wells. But again, off the bench. And this one was very interesting because they had no Davion Mitchell in this particular game in the starting lineup, so Tyler Hero could be inserted. Instead, they go Kasparas Yakashonas, and Hero comes off the bench once again. Now, not as great a game. He had 15 in the first half, scoreless in the second half. Maybe that's a back-to-back of a guy who hasn't played a lot this season. But he was setting everybody up. He looked great. Again, the Khalil Ware. Also, Andrew Wiggins, as he got to 15,000 points for his career.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's going to be a 20,000 point scorer.
Probably, yeah.
That's inflation.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, we're at a point where
that's crazy, actually.
$20K does not guarantee Hall of Fame.
No, definitely not.
It used to be that, but not anymore. So either way, I wonder if the Tyler Hero coming off the bench will continue, because this offense just has been bad since January 1st. They've been 22nd, and Hero will finish games. There's no doubt about that. But it's sort of like, we talked about a little bit with Pritchard going to the bench with Boston. If Tyler Hero goes to the bench, you roll everything through Norman Powell, essentially a lot of the offense through Norman Powell. So it's just a little bit more balanced. We shall see. Right now, they're just trying to get his body going, because the guy has not played a lot, period. Mm-hmm. He's got to wear a little flak jacket under his jersey for his rib injury. So they're just trying to work him in. But they look so much better with Tyler Hero. There's no doubt.
Two things. One, I can't believe Andrew Wiggins almost has as many career points as Kawhi Leonard. That's just weird to think about.
That is weird.
Kawhi's got him by about 1,000 points. Strange. Second, I can't believe you didn't pick the Golden State Warriors as a winner of the weekend.
Because they won.
I was shocked.
That's a great comeback.
Horford played well, your boy.
Yeah, career
Podziemski was amazing.
High.
He turned into Steph Curry. Steph Curry was watching Podziemski turn into Steph Curry, going nuts. I was just surprised. It was a hell of a comeback there. That 20-2 run or whatever it was.
Yeah,
you always surprised me, Tess.
Denver was stinky. They didn't look like themselves. That's
unfortunately, they look like the Denver that we've seen for the past month.
With Jokic back. Yeah, 4-6 now, I think, right?
They had a big blowout win over the weekend as well.
Oh, yeah, they beat the Blazers.
Yeah.
That was a pick'em game, right?
We got a stupid pick'em game after they lose to the Clippers. Yeah, they're going to beat the Blazers. They destroyed them. Yeah. And Jokic was awesome in that first quarter. He was on a mission. I think he had 19 in the first quarter, 18. But yeah, then they fell apart. Hey, maybe it's 3 games in 4 nights.
Yeah, it also was one of those. You're right.
They had an early start,
You're
super
right.
early start, I guess. Now I'm trying to.
If you go and look at the team's records in that situation,
never win.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's an extremely low record success win rate.
So for an early start, you're saying?
For the third in 4 games, the third game in 4 nights, days, especially with an early game, it's brutal.
Okay, so that's why I didn't pick the Warriors.
Okay.
What'd you think about Myron Gardner versus Scottie Pippen Jr.?
Was not ready for it, I'll tell you that. But
Myron Gardner, the only time I've heard of him is getting into scandals.
Yeah,
on-court scandals.
That's right.
But yeah, he had the Worst of the Week nominee when he got into it with Klay Thompson just yakking at him. Yeah. But then he got a guaranteed contract. So those are the only times I've heard of him. Fight, talking trash, guaranteed contract.
Yeah, I guess he sort of trucked Scottie Pippen on a shot attempt near the end of the game. Went uncalled though. There was nothing called. And so Scottie Pippen was like, well, screw that. I guess
I'm fighting you.
Yeah, I'll just come back.
I said he had it coming. He was cheap shotting him all night.
Yeah,
I guess. The Hero thing is interesting though. He's also a 6 Man of the Year winner. I think it's easy to forget at this point, but he's going to be starting. I think they'll move him into the starting lineup for Zaccharie as he works his way back. But Zaccharie is kind of interesting as a player for the Heat because he's a natural ball mover for them, and I don't really think they have any of that. Now, they don't play a very ball movement heavy system, right? They're all one-on-one kick out, one-on-one kick out, one-on-one kick out. That plays to Hero's strengths, but he's also a pick and roll player, so I don't know. I assume he'll work his way back into the starting lineup, but he, to me, is another guy that's like a natural 6-man, maybe just a little outcast or a miscast there for Miami, but that's good for them that he is back because they just need anything else that can help on offense.
Yeah, but the Zaccharie thing, he's just starting for Davion Mitchell. When Davion Mitchell was back, it's Davion time. That I imagine. I mean, over Zaccharie.
That was a question we had in the summer, coming into the season. They got 3 small guards. How can you possibly start all 3 of them? Mm-hmm. And that's still going to be a question, I think.
Yeah, the Pelle Larson may come out. I mean, he's been starting as sort of their connector, so that could be Hero. But I don't know. Pelle's more of a connector.
Yeah. Final winner of the weekend is a random one because I know we're going to crap on the actual team and their performance from the weekend, but from the same team that brought you the Nas Reed beach towel comes a new evolution in food and drink receptacles here. As Wolves superfan Mikey Torborg tweeted, "Dining with the finest of China today." And here it is. The Wolves have dropped these limited edition popcorn buckets and cups. And both items feature a playable Pop-A-Shot game. And here's a detailed look at the dome part of the Souvenir cup, you can actually, shoot that little basketball into the little hoop there. People were popping for this, I guess. Became a collectible instantly, and it's a limited edition type thing. The bucket looks and feels, I guess, like an actual basketball, so it's not super cheap, which is nice. It's got that pebbled texture. But I wanted to bring this up because, especially talking to two movie guys here in TK and JD, like for the past couple of years, movie theaters, they've dominated like social media with these like high concept, popcorn buckets that fans treat as basically art, and like some of them, people like go and get them. Yeah, sure. Collector's item. I'm talking about like Dune's fleshlight looking bucket and the Ghost.
By far the best one.
Yeah, and the Ghostbusters had the cool Ghost Trap bucket I saw for the popcorn bucket. So I guess that trend looks like it's headed to professional sports here.
They should do it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess they'll all be basketballs.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Well,
that's the thing I would worry about.
Well, the first one was literally you can shoot popcorn.
Yes, that's right. You can put the little popcorn on the side there and flick it. That's great for them. They're going to waste a lot of popcorn.
Good point.
Because you're not going to score all the time. I assume you're going to miss the bucket half the time.
That's right. I'd like to launch it in my mouth.
Yeah, I wonder how much spring that has on it.
How much propulsion.
Yeah.
It looks like fun.
Yeah, they do look cool, don't they?
They have theme nights though sometimes. I mean, they used to have like Star Wars nights and
That's
stuff.
true.
So there could be some collectibles,
Oh, collaboration.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, this was big online. There was people lining up at whatever, concession stand you could only get these from, I'm sure, and people wanted them before they were all gone. Who knows what these cost? I didn't check that. Can't imagine they're cheap. But yeah.
I mean, the movie ones are like $50.
Oh,
they're crazy expensive.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
They're crazy.
they're pricey.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, you're going to see a lot more of these coming. Yeah, and you're right. Will they be a lot of basketball or like this? Yes, but I think teams will maybe start going, well, this is our mascot. What we could do with that.
Sure.
Or this is
Benny
whatever.
head.
Right.
So you're saying that ball is pebbled?
Yeah, apparently it's quite a high quality. I was doing some research into it. Yeah.
You say that ball's
quality.
It's not like shitty cardboard is my point. It's like actually, I don't know, manufactured decently.
Yeah.
Is dishwasher safe?
I couldn't tell you, but I would assume so. I would assume so.
Could I insert a couple other teeny tiny minor winners here?
Yeah.
A fan at the Bucks game. His name was Mason. He overcame cancer, and Giannis was coming by. He high-fived Giannis. Giannis said, "Whoa, man, that's strong. I'm out 4 to 6 weeks because of that." I like that moment, and I love that moment for Mason. Kon Knueppel, third game with 7 made threes this season. The high for a rook in NBA history. And just wanted to note, Cooper Flagg sitting out a little bit. That may increase a little bit. Maybe the Rookie of the Year. The competition there can be real, at least. But Cooper Flagg is supposed to come back. And they're still going to lose, so he can come back. Yeah, without Kyrie, without the other guy they traded, and Anthony Davis. So, a couple little winners.
Chris Middleton, huge game over the weekend.
Oh, Chris.
Yeah, big Chris game. Snapped the losing streak.
Yeah.
And then they got punked by the Raptors. Oh, sorry, you're talking Wizards. I'm thinking Chris Middleton's on the Bucks for a second still.
Chris Middleton's on the Mavericks.
I know.
Yeah.
It's not Wizards either.
And it is weird to see him in a Mavericks jersey. That's
Oh
for
my
sure.
God, yes.
He's number 20, I
It's
think, right?
weird.
Yeah, that's weird too.
To the point where I don't even want to remember it. Let's take a break. We'll get to weekend losers.
When it comes to betting on your favorite NBA players, nobody does it like Fanduel. From points and rebounds to threes and assists, Fanduel is the best place to build your player prop story. Combine your favorite picks into a same-game parlay or track every stat live, all in one easy-to-use app. Whether you're back on a breakout performance or riding with your favorite star, Fanduel gives you more ways to play and more reasons to cheer. They just added a Jason Tatum tab. Tasmellis. What is Jason Tatum's method of first basket in the 25-26 regular season?
What?
Method of first basket. What do you think the favorite is?
Can you just say jump shot? Three-pointer,
No, it's
I
probably a
guess.
3.
Three-pointer is a plus 190 favorite, tied with other.
Layup?
Tied with other?
Tied with other.
Any other, so jumper, layup, free throw?
Layup
anything.
is a plus 380, free throw plus 470, dunk plus 1600.
No, he's not dunking on his feet.
No,
I guess
wanna dunk?
fast break, opportunity. You have to get it lucky. Yeah.
Other. Hook shot isn't on here. I guess that falls under other, but that's a real thing. The Jason Tatum tab. The Tatum tab for all the Boston bros. Right now is the perfect time to join because new FanDuel customers get $150 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So bet on the players you love the way you want. FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA.
Okay, we've done winners. Let's do a round of losers. Trey, get us started.
Oh, the Philadelphia 76ers, you're a loser. This is a premature loser? Were you thinking, ooh, I don't know. Should they be a loser after the way they played on Sunday against the Minnesota Timberwolves?
It was a quality win.
Did I put it in too early? Get it in there Saturday night? I don't know, maybe. As good as the Sixers looked on Sunday, I thought they looked just as bad on Saturday night against the Pelicans. A dismal performance from the three-point line. 12 of 46 shooting, and the offense completely cratered for Philadelphia in the second half against New Orleans. Just 46 points against the 27th ranked defense in the NBA. They kind of got ran off the court by Jordan Poole and DeAndre Jordan. DeAndre Jordan wearing number 6 now. Started the season wearing number 9. 6 is retired league-wide. But now he's wearing number 6. I don't get it. Nonetheless, our friends over at YKB You Know Ball podcast were in attendance for Sixers versus Pelicans. Yeah. They had a Fire Morey chant going that you could hear through the broadcast.
Yes.
And Daryl Morey was there.
Yeah.
He was hanging out with a different Philadelphia Sixers podcast.
Yeah, what was going on?
I don't know.
Why were there two
Dueling
Philly
casts.
podcasts in New Orleans? Well, Philly adjacent, whatever, with You Know Ball. But
Yeah, right.
the Rights Ricky Sanchez
was also there. That was pretty funny.
I was like, this can't be right. Because I saw You Know Ball was there, and
Yeah.
then I later saw the Rights to Ricky Sanchez. Why is everybody there?
Very, very weird.
I guess they were playing, I guess is the answer.
Yeah, they were playing, and, it's Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love seeing a parade? We all do.
No.
You don't love seeing a parade?
I am on record not a fan of parades.
Why do you like them?
Too
loud?
No, not too loud. No, I'm just kidding. It's just a weird
like
joke I
horses?
have to stick
Yeah,
with.
you don't like
I
the-
do not like horses. Is that what you just asked me?
Right. But I mean, there's a lot of horses in parades, I think.
Less though. Too many,
Really?
too many cars. This is a weird.
Okay,
I
yeah,
wish there were
maybe too
more
many cars.
horses in parades, which is weird for a guy to say that doesn't like horses or parades.
Interesting. The 76ers, though, they don't look very good right now, I don't think.
No.
Though they played great, as we'll get into, against the Timberwolves. But Joel Embiid has played 3 games in February.
Yeah.
He's missed the last 5 for Philadelphia. Obviously, Paul George is suspended right now, and to me, it's really wearing on Tyrese Maxey, who has played a ton of minutes this season, and now in February, his highest usage month thus far this season. Makes sense with no Embiid, no Paul George. That's the risk you take when you build your team around Paul George and Joel Embiid. Now, the George thing is a little bit sideways as he was suspended for whatever he took. Embiid, though, had an awesome January and feels like it caught up to him now that he has had knee soreness, and I think they're calling it shin soreness. So
Shin soreness, yeah.
Nick Nurse was like, could not explain what's going on. They're like, well, the doctors tell Simon, and Simon tells me, and then I tell you what's happening. So I think Embiid's knee is fine, but his shin hurts now. Maybe he'll play Friday. So maybe he'll play Friday, but
All right.
Maxey's usage is going up. His efficiency is going down. He's shooting only 32% from 3 in February. You throw in Jared McCain straight up balling for the Thunder right now.
Yeah.
The no moves that were made at the deadline with the Kelly Oubre contract. It's just not feeling great in Philadelphia. The vibes were awesome, I feel like, at the turn of the year. Edgecombe was playing really well. They had health and reliable contributions from George and Embiid, but right now just half a game up on Orlando for 7th in the Eastern Conference. Orlando, they've won 5 out of 7. Meanwhile, Philadelphia has lost 5 out of 7, including 4 straight before getting off the schneid yesterday against Minnesota. I don't know. I feel like as soon as I started having a little confidence in the 76ers, is definitely when it turned for them. But if Embiid's not going to play, they've become a little bit too reliant on him. He definitely helps out Maxey. The way he's setting screens this year has been really important for Tyrese to get into his game, and he just feels a little overtaxed at times. And it's weird because at the start of the season, I was like, here's how we're playing. Maxey, Edgecombe, we'll see what Embiid gives us. Then Embiid started giving him a ton. Started playing at an all-star level, and it's like, all right, we got our guys. Now they don't have their guys. And Maxey seems a little bit lost to me, though. Like I said, he was awesome against the Timberwolves yesterday. So there is still hope, I guess, that Embiid comes back, that Maxey regains form, but the past month has kind of been disgusting for Philadelphia.
Yeah, we would have been fighting over this Philadelphia 76ers as a selection for loser of the weekend if they didn't get that quality win yesterday with Maxey going nuts and Edgecombe scoring and beating the Minnesota Timberwolves. But at least got that. But I hear all your points there. And the main concern is just like the Embiid of it all. It's like, man, we just got excited. Oh, man. We were trying not to look at it. We were trying not to talk about it too much.
Try not to talk about it.
Honestly, it's like a pitcher with a no-hitter going through 6 or 7. It's like, just don't say anything. Don't bring it up. Don't jinx it. And it's like we were almost oddly doing that with him. And then he's out here.
And maybe he's coming back. But when you call it knee management and shin soreness, it just seems like there's too many things going on there. It is back to the old, okay, here we are. It's Joel Embiid not playing again. Now I went to go check if our friend Daryl Morey was on the Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast. No, he wasn't on. He wouldn't. I guess he didn't want to talk. He just didn't want to talk. Maybe nobody wants to talk about Joel Embiid.
I think Jake Fisher was on that one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep, Jake Fisher was. Yep, that's correct.
I saw him sitting in the background of a photo. So there was a photo taken, the Rights to Ricky Sanchez, and it was the guys. It was the guys that do the show. And then in the background, off to the side, I saw Jake. I'm like, that's Jake Fisher's mustache. You know, spot that from a mile away. I was like, oh, he must be on. That makes sense.
Yeah. Now they did
Cool
talk about Morey. So I guess there was some stories there.
Morey stories.
Are they saving Joel Embiid for the playoffs? I mean, who knows? But it is a good sign, I guess, that he could be playing. But maybe they're just slowing him down for the postseason. But it is a lot on Maxey, and it's a lot on those podcasters out there that have to look at Joel Embiid and say, "Oh gosh, here we go again." And I did want to say one thing about Fred VanVleet, because I'm checking who's on every single podcast out there. Rich Paul was the latest guest on Fred VanVleet 6 days ago. Wow. So he's still podding.
So just a once a week type pod from Fred.
It looks like once a week. Yes.
Okay. It's a collab.
That's okay, as long as he's staying consistent with his once a week schedule.
It's about once a week. See, the schedule wasn't a hard schedule. We had the 23rd of January, 27th of January. Whoa, this guy's podding a lot. Then the 5th of February, and then 17th. So, you know.
All-Star break.
Yeah. All-Star break. That's an excuse, man. He could have had one on February 12th. Anyway, Rich Paul talks about building from nothing in podcasting. Okay, cool.
Okay.
What's Rich Paul's podcast called?
I don't know.
With Max. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's really tough to remember what these are all called.
I did look up Fred's. Fred's is called Unguarded.
Oh, wow. I wasn't even close with the bet on yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's a good name, though, too.
Yeah.
Here's a segue for you. All players do podcasts these days. Remember when they made rap songs?
Yes.
Remember when NBA players wanted to be rappers instead of just podcasters? Well, here's something I do like about the Philadelphia 76ers. Kelly Oubre released a song called Fast and Furious.
Really?
There's a lyric in it that goes, I think I'm Vin Diesel when I'm trying to get ass. Rest in peace, Paul Walker. I think you are my dad.
Oh, my God.
What?
literal Kelly Oubre lyrics.
Wow.
The song isn't bad. I'm not
It's
gonna
not
listen.
bad?
Well, I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're not going to put it on your
I'm not going to
Spotify
listen to it a
playlist.
second time.
Okay.
But I did listen to it a first time because I saw an infographic telling me about that lyric. I was like, there's no way he
Right, you
really
thought it
said
was
that.
fake.
So I listened through,
Wow.
and he said it.
Wow.
Rest in peace, Paul Walker. I think you are my dad.
Yeah. Wow. Max Kellerman and Rich Paul's podcast, Game Over.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
Yeah, Game Over with those guys. Where are we? What do you have? Jesus, what do you have for a loser?
Well, it's those Timberwolves. Because that was very disappointing. Super disappointing. They fell flat. Just flat. They could have vaulted to third in the Western Conference with a win. Instead, that first quarter, listen, okay, they go into the game. We don't have Rudy Gobert. He's suspended because of a flagrant foul. That's how many you got. You got to be suspended, Rudy Gobert. They also had no Naz Reid. So for the first time in his young career, in his rookie season, Johan Berenger is starting at center. They don't have Joel Embiid on the other side. But really, this was just a falling apart. They were relying a lot on Anthony Edwards in this game. end of the first quarter, Anthony Edwards and his second run just started to fall apart a little bit. The guy had the ball was kind of slipping out of his hands several times here. He had 7 turnovers in this game. That's when it started, and the Wolves just can't put teams away. It really has nothing to do with Joel Embiid. I just thought that this team was allowing way too many offensive rebounds. The Sixers had 31% of their misses rebounded. And that's really what it comes down to. And the sloppy turnovers, Minnesota had 20 turnovers. Philly had 21 points off those turnovers. So you can look at Maxey, got it going, 39 points. He looked great. Edgecombe, 6 threes, the most of his rookie season in a game. But really, they just fell apart. And so you got to fight. You got to fight. And we know that this team, even if there's no Joel Embiid on the other side, we know that this team will do that against sub 500 teams. I think they were something like 8-8 in their last 16. And that's where they are. That's the Timberwolves for you. Yeah, that's where they are.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert was serving that 1-game suspension for accumulating too many flagrant fouls. Yeah. That's where he's at, and that's something to watch going forward. I think he's suspended 2 games for each additional flagrant foul this season. So it's not like it's done and it resets to 0.
Yeah, and Nas was injured.
They miss him. I mean, they miss Rudy Gobert. They're not good defensively without him at all.
Yeah, that's true.
It is.
No, Baron got 2 fouls in the first 4 minutes, and he was their only big man that was available at all. And Philadelphia kind of understood the assignment. They're like, there's no big in there. Let's go make a ton of layups. And part of it, I thought, was Philadelphia like making a concerted effort to get to the rim, but also just not much defensive resistance, I thought, from Minnesota. If Philadelphia moved the ball for 2 or 3 passes, they were going to get a layup pretty easily, or a kick out for an open 3. Edgecombe shot it well. Maxey shot it well. Grimes had an awesome game in this one. But I think afterwards, the Timberwolves were saying we played like we were entitled, and they did. Yeah. And that happens a lot with this team, and it comes from the top. Like, Edwards gets taken out of these games too easy. They were throwing some doubles at him. He was brutal. 3 assists to 7 turnovers. He's taken a step back, I think, as a playmaker this year, as he's kind of stepped forward even more as a scorer. But they need somebody to play make for this team. Randall is their most natural playmaker, and that's a real dice roll proposition, I think, for them. So Minnesota, to me, is just so inconsistent, effort-wise and execution-wise, almost every single game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't deny it. Yeah, the fighting for the boards, I think, even if they don't have both Gobert and Naz Reid, Julius Randle and Jaden McDaniels could have done a better job guarding. And yes, Johan Berger, he goes to the bench, 3 fouls immediately, literally doesn't start the second half.
Yeah,
and they said, well, we're going smaller because we don't trust you, Johan Berger. You're too young and Berger. So that's their excuse. But still, we've seen this from the Wolves before.
A few other potential losers of the NBA weekend. Got to show some love to the Kings, who extended their franchise record losing streak to 16 straight games now. And DeAndre Hunter became the 3rd Kings starter to undergo season-ending surgery. He's getting surgery done on his eye. Mm-hmm. So that's 3 starters gone for the rest of it. And, they just can't win it all here. I'm wondering, is this the last we're going to see of Doug Christie as a head coach for the Kings? Not like it's all his fault, but, he was supposed to be like sort of this hard-nosed, sort of defensive-minded coach, and they've been the worst defense in the league. Over the last couple weeks, they're near the bottom for the entire season. I think they're like 27th, 28th. So I don't know. Does he get another chance when they like flush this season down the toilet? I don't know. I wouldn't bet on it personally. I haven't been impressed by any means. It's like there are so many bad teams in this league. To have a 16-game losing streak is pretty wild.
Yes,
like that's where I'm at with
bad.
It. No matter who's playing.
I think he had a 500 record last season after taking over.
I think you're right.
During the middle of the season, but it was a new front office came in, right? Scott Perry. If you've had that little tiny bit of success, like I think it's worth giving him a year. But for this to be the year, there's no way they can bring him back.
I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't. But
on both ends.
Especially since they got to bring back all the players, unfortunately.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, you can say, okay, we're going to be a bad team defensively, even if we got this hard-nosed guy. It's Zach LaVine, it's DeMar DeRozan, it's Domantas Sabonis when he's healthy. And Russell Westbrook is starting, which Probably shouldn't have happened in the first place. But offensively, they can't be one of the worst teams in the league.
No.
They shouldn't be.
It's bad. Maxime Renaud is good. That's
Yeah,
the one good
he's got
takeaway
a nice
here.
floater, man.
He looks like the better of the two picks.
Over the backboard.
Between him and Clifford.
Yes, he does.
And Clifford's old too, right? Clifford has not impressed all that much here, given some opportunity. The Suns have to be considered as a loser of the weekend, even though they had a wild double overtime game winner from Jalen Green in the corner, falling down, splashed that three, despite having like a garbage game up until that point. He couldn't shoot the ball at all. But he hit a big shot there. Cool camera footage of people in the corner there in Phoenix. That was cool. But I say they're a loser because for a couple reasons. One, they lost Dylan Brooks to a broken left hand. That's bad. That guy is so important to this team. He's gone. Devin Booker's out for at least 1 week of action. You know, we were there in Austin when we saw him obviously play in that game against the Spurs for a little bit, but then something was happening. We were like, where is he? Why is he not on the bench? He played limited minutes because he got banged up, so he's out. And then Phoenix hosted the Blazers on Sunday night. You know, they are feeling pretty good after that miraculous double overtime victory. But they shot 37% from the field and scored 77 points.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's low.
The Blazers went from giving up 157 points to the Nuggets to then only giving up 77 points. Kevin Pelton's like, that has to be the biggest swing in NBA history between two games. That's an 80-point swing. That is unbelievable. But yeah, the Suns here. This is just like these injuries suck here. And the only good news for them, I guess, is the 4 teams ahead of them in the standings. They did all lose. The Nuggets, the Rockets, the Lakers, and the Wolves. So, you know, they didn't really lose a ton of ground there, losing that one or getting shellacked here by the Blazers. But I hate the Dylan Brooks of it all.
Yeah, but both are key guys. And as you said, Devin Booker reevaluated in a week. Dylan Brooks, it's not clear how long he's going to be out.
It's a broken hand. It's his left hand. I mean,
you hear that and you think, okay, it's going to be a long time. It will be several games, but they're still contemplating what they're going to do with that hand.
Yeah.
So they could be back. I don't know. I don't know when he's coming back, but
look,
doesn't seem like
we've
super
seen this
long-term.
team though up close and personal when they are missing, let's say, Brooks and then of course Booker, and it's
brutal.
It's brutal. It's so bad. You know, your boy Gillespie can only do so much. Jalen Green he's going to fire away.
I think he went 6 for 26.
He did,
but he was 5 for 25 before that jumper to win it.
He was making the right
I
passes.
think he had another shot big before that.
Here you
too,
go.
so
Here you go,
worse.
Grayson. Here you go, Grayson. Grayson was canning them.
Yeah, they just going to struggle offensively.
Yeah.
And then finally the Lakers, to go back to them, they cannot beat good teams at all. And they got crushed by the Celtics. And this is their big 3 are playing here, and it was embarrassing, 111-89. And they continue to just have this brutal record against the good teams in the league. And they have a negative net rating despite having a positive win record, which is, again, wild. You know, it's so funny you compare them to, like, the Celtics, if you want to, in a weird way, like, oh, these are, like, down years for us, I guess, so to speak, right? That's how they're pitching it. But the Celtics are playing above their heads. Like, obviously, maybe Tatum comes back. They could win a title or at least compete. And the Lakers keep sort of saying, this is sort of a down year because we've had the injuries and we're moving forward with Luka after acquiring him. And it's like, there's just little effort. It's a terribly constructed team with your star guys, too. There's not those dogs, really, to put around them.
It's actually pretty surprising how shallow the Lakers are, I think, considering they have 3 stars at the top of the roster, and coming into the season, it was like everybody knew what they needed to do to build around the team. They need a rim runner, they need defense, they need 3-point shooting, and they don't have any of those 3 things, which are what you need to build around a Luka team. But it is a transition year for them. They're like, see you, LeBron. We got to play out this last year. We'll put up a Pat Riley statue. We'll do all the other fun stuff to make the team still famous, but really reorient the team going forward and use their picks and cap space and stuff coming this next season. But I think still a disappointing season for the Lakers.
Yeah, especially defensively. I mean, they're close to top 10 offense, kind of getting it done with all these working parts around those guys who are also injured. There's that part, but just the defensively. Trying to center your defense around DeAndre Ayton ain't working. Nothing's working really, as much as JJ Redick is pushing them. I want to throw in a couple other quick losers. Zaccharie Risacher has moved to the bench. That's a first since he came into the league at the beginning of his career. Those first 2 games of his career in 24 as a number 1 pick were his only games on the bench. Then he gets put in the starting lineup, and he just has not been what Quinn Snyder expects, which is understandable. He hasn't been playing hard enough. He hasn't been boarding hard enough, and he just hasn't excelled. So that's something to watch there. In Atlanta, also another weird one. The Washington Wizards played the Charlotte Hornets. This Wizards broadcast was surprising to me. At the end of the game, you know how you do a sponsored segment, a drive of the game brought to you by Honda.
Yeah.
Their drive of the game was Christian and Scooby. But their halftime show, it was specifically Scooby and like a really quick shot of Scooby the dog running with a ball in his mouth and dunking.
Doing the dunk.
That was his drive of the game. That was their drive of the game, yeah. Weird.
Wow.
They couldn't pick one drive.
Maybe they didn't have one.
They didn't have one drive. Now, I didn't go back and watch the tape, but there's got to be a better one than the Scoob.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, they're just like, screw it. We're putting the Scooby on here. We're losing to the Hornets.
It's pretty funny, actually.
Good for Scoobs, man. I think he's deserving. All right, Will Bite of the Night, sponsored by Little Ripper, a cafe in LA, not something I just did in my seat here. It's a mom and pop neighborhood cafe with a slice of Australia. It does coffee, homemade treats, cocktails, breakfast, and dinner. This does it all. And they're even sending No Dunks some beans,
Absolutely.
some coffee beans coming our way.
We got a lighter roast coming. We got medium darker roast coming.
All right, shout out to Little Ripper. Go check out that cafe in LA.
It's got a hometown feel. That's what I've heard.
Okay.
Did
I wonder
they
if Matt's
make
been.
banoffee pie?
I was wondering that.
Right?
Yeah.
You would think so.
You'd think so.
Australian treat, yeah. Well, the Will Boy goes to Jokic, who had 35 points, 20 rebounds, and 12 assists. But it wasn't enough as the Nuggets fell to the Warriors, 128-117. He shot 11 of 21 from the field, 3 of 4 from deep, 10 of 11 at the line. He also had 3 steals and 2 blocks in 36 minutes. But it's a pretty good Woe Boy there. I saw something going
Big old
around,
line.
like those type of stats, those benchmarks. I don't know. It's only happened like 10 times in the past, whatever, couple of years, maybe even longer. And he has like 6 of them of the 10.
I believe it.
Yeah. It's big beef there.
That's a lot of roast beef.
You think Little Ripper sells roast beef?
I think no.
I say no too.
That would be a weird inclusion.
Jokic looks really big. Speaking of big beef, he looks large in that photo you
Big
chose.
Ripper.
He looks wide.
Yeah.
He's got an
that's what he looks
undershirt,
like.
I guess. Yeah, that's what he looks like.
Ripper.
Pick 'em tonight. Only 3 games on tonight. And there's really only one good game, Tess.
Right.
So it was very easy to pick what our pick 'em was.
It was. We got 5 nights remaining here to see who's going to do something stupid, because that's how we do things in our pick 'em payoff. It's a fairly close race, and it was an easy pick. Yeah, the Spurs are visiting the Detroit Pistons.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for this.
Yeah,
Big game.
Pistons favored by 1.5, but it's basically a pick 'em. Skeets and I are on the Pistons. Spurs going to Trey. Trey, you like the Spurs in this one?
They're rolling.
Yeah.
They are rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a coin flip. It's a tough pick.
It was nice to see Jalen Duren back, though, and he had a monster game over the weekend. So obviously he'll be in the lineup here and try and help and contain Wemby. But yeah, let's hope this is an entertaining game and a close one because, again, not a lot of games on tonight. But these are 2 of the NBA's best stories here facing off in prime time.
Finals preview?
It's going to feel like 2005.
Extremely unlikely, but man,
Yeah.
why not? As we talked about on Friday, why not? Okay, that's our pick'em. Tass and I with Detroit. Trey has the Spurs. Tomorrow, here on No Dunks, Ben Golliver is going to join us. We'll have him on for a while, talking, I'm sure, about that game and other things happening in the NBA. Get his take on all of the big storylines. So if you got a question for Ben Golliver, let us know. Drop it in the YouTube comments. Can't wait to talk to Ben. It's been a while.
Not since the bubble.
I was
don't think.
just going to say that. Is that right?
I think so. He was showing us his, what do you make, like a Lamborghini?
Yeah.
Lego Lambo. He had an Oura ring.
He did.
First human I knew that had an Oura ring.
Yeah, he wrote the book on the bubble, didn't he? I have that book. It's a great
Wrote
book.
the book on the bubble.
Yeah,
Bubble Ben, Big Ben, Gulliver's Travels. What nickname do you think we're gonna go with for him?
I like them all.
Yeah.
Well, I like how he has like 3. He's known for like 3 other things. You said the Lego for sure.
Yep.
He is a guy that knows and does all the national parks. when I'm going to one, I always check in with him. And he collects magnets at an unbelievable pace. Like, I'm a one magnet for one place type of guy. Got one in Austin. This guy, he goes to a national park, he'll leave with like 8 magnets. Different ones, obviously. Wow. He must have my point is, I have an incredible magnet collection. Nothing compared to Ben Golliver. So I am calling him Magnet Man. Magnet Man.
All right, I mean, we got to ask him, how do you store all those magnets?
I know.
One fridge? Rotate them?
I mean, you've seen what I've done. I have a magnet board in the guest room to sort of display them or whatever, so they're not just sitting in a bag and we don't have anything on our fridge. So
bag of mags.
But what does he have? He might have a whole room. Does he have a magnet room?
A magnet layer. Tune in tomorrow for answers to these questions and more.
Ben Golliver, can't wait to talk to him here on No Dunks. Until then, Clipper Bros.
You heard it here first. Have a great time. Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Thanks for joining us. And remember, basketball players are poets too. Maybe they're replacing rap songs with poetry, because the Indiana Pacers' Jay Huff, he had 2 reverse dunks versus the Wizards, and then he wrote a poem about him. He wrote a haiku about him. I will jump very high. I will spin as fast as I can. I'll throw down a reverse. But then the Wizards' Will Riley punched a dunk on Huff right after that. And then he wrote a poem about them. I will huff very hard. I will puff very, very, very hard. I'll throw your house down. Those 2 poems did not happen, but they did just now, because I wrote them this weekend. I thought I'm gonna say them, or am I gonna substack them? Nah, nobody wants to read that. Does anybody want to hear that? So either way, Will Riley, what a punch down on the Huff man.
Embrace the defeat.
What a punch down on the Huff man.